While comedian Will Ferrell was happy to make his cameo appearance on season 4 of The Boys, the shoot didn't go particularly smoothly. The Boys has always gotten a kick out of making fun of Hollywood, from its mockery of Marvel's many phases to its parody of that ridiculous imagined celebrity sing-along in the first few weeks of COVID-19. As such, it felt fitting when season 4 tackled white savior sports films, this time with Will Ferrell playing a white coach who saves the troubled black A-train from a life of drugs. In fact, he even mentions one of the prime examples of this trope by name.
I'm not giving off too much of a blindside vibe, am I?
As if that's a bad thing?
The 2009 Sandra Bullock-led film has gotten a lot of flack over the years for the way it blatantly altered real events to make a condescending movie about a supposedly perfect white family rescuing a supposedly helpless black kid from a life of crime. Although the culture has largely turned on the blind side these days, The Boys takes place in a universe where these sorts of narratives are still widely beloved and received uncritically by almost everyone. It was fun watching Ferrell give the white savior movie his own satirical spin, but his involvement was decided fairly late in the game. As creator Eric Kripke explained to The Hollywood Reporter, at the time, Jessica Cho wrote in the script "huge Hollywood star." That's what it was plugged in as, and we just needed to find the right person. The right person could have been anyone, from the recurring Seth Rogen to Charlize Theron. Ferrell only came on board because Kripke had a few pleasant interactions with him. The showrunner recalled, "At the time, I had just had a meeting with Will and his producing partner, Carolina Barlow. We ended up texting, and he's the nicest guy, and so I just reached out to him and said, 'Would you be interested in flying out to Toronto for 36 hours and doing this role for us?' Luckily, the job appealed to Ferrell's sense of humor, and he agreed to make the cameo appearance. The only issue was that it was a long 36 hours. While Toronto, Canada has become a popular city for filming movies and shows thanks to a whole bunch of economic incentives, there's always the problem that its weather is cold, gray, and wet half the year. As Kripke recalled, there were horrible shooting conditions that day, just freezing sideways rain. I felt so bad because he was outside all day, and he just could not have been kinder or more gracious." This wasn't the first time the Boys had to deal with some Toronto-specific complications. In 2019, they were supposed to film the fantasy sequence where Homelander lasers to death an entire crowd of Victoria Newman supporters in Mel Lastman Square, but they had to find a different location for it at the city's request. This was because the street the scene was supposed to be filmed at was close to the site of an actual terrorist attack in 2018 that killed 10 people and injured 6 others. As Toronto City Councillor John Fillion explained at the time, "I flipped out. There are people who work in this building who went out onto Yonge Street to try to help the van attack victims. Many of them are still traumatized, and think about the families and loved ones of those victims. So I made some phone calls, and that second portion was canceled." Of course, overall, Toronto's proven itself as a great city for the Boys to film in, as shown by the series' choice to stay in the city for 5 seasons. Sure, it may be obvious to New Yorkers that the show's characters aren't living in the real New York, but that's a problem TV series and films have struggled with since long before The Boys came along.